The phone poll. All right, number 6 for the day of power punches and the delivery system to get them to the target, to your man, to your person. This one, the phone pole. The phone pole as in the kind of jab that the great George Foreman had. Remember when he knocked out Joe Frazier, the great Joe Frazier? Everybody saw the uppercut. Yeah, it picked him up off the ground, and why wouldn't they see that? And they figure that's the punch that really did it. But it was really the jab that stabilized Frazier, took away any chance he had, kept him where he wanted him, kept him right in front. You know, it discombobulated Frazier. It was so hard. It was so straight. It was a phone pole. It was a battering ram. We can all have, look, genetics are different. Punches are born, they're not made. I'm the first one to tell you. But power can be improved with technique. Where you're more accurate, if you land it more cleanly, you're going to have more impact. You're going to have more effect. Immediately, even if you're not a George Foreman type puncher. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to show you the technique to use the jab. You know, a lot of people think jab's a defensive weapon. It is, but it's an offensive weapon too. It sets up offense, sets everything else up. And you've seen fights where the jab can drop a guy. I've seen fights where the jab knocks somebody out. And why? First of all, it lands clean. You want to land, you're looking for the tip of the chin. It lands clean, it has more impact, more effect. But also the delivery of it. You want to grab the floor. Grab the floor, James. Let the floor give you power. Bend your knees, make your feet like tiger claws, where you're going to have balance and you're going to have power, where you're digging in, those claws are digging into the floor, where you're actually taking the power from the floor and you're bringing it up here. And whoa! And now you got power that you didn't recognize you had. You didn't appreciate that you had. You bend your knees. Again, you're grabbing that floor. You want the power to come from down here, from the floor, from the legs. You want to get that base. And then when you throw the jab, you don't want to raise the elbow. You want it to come straight out. So there's no telegraphing, no warning that it's coming, and no loss of power. If the elbow comes up, the power gets lost out here. You want it to come from here to here. You want to grab that floor, boom! And there it is. That was better already. You want it to be stiff. You want it to be fast, but you want it to be hard. You want it to be accurate. You want it to be a phone pole. And we can use this punch as a power punch. Most people are going to say, Teddy, you're turning a jab into a power punch. Here I am. And why? Because first of all, it's a punch that we're going to use 80% of the time. It's the lead hand, if you're orthodox. If not, for the southpaws, use your right hand. You know that. Southpaws, you're welcome. I told you that already. Just do it reverse. But it's the hand that's going to be used 75, 80% of the time to set things up, to set defense, to set offense up, to control range, to control distance, to stabilize somebody the way George Foreman stabilized Joe Frazier on the outside so the uppercut could land later. So it would discombobulate him, not let him get his senses together, his rhythm together. A jab could disrupt somebody's rhythm, somebody's flow of the fight. And here's the best part of it. It's a power punch with a little bit more of a safety valve to it, where you don't have to commit to it the way you would a hook, a right hand in that danger zone. You can do it from here. Boom! And you could drop just a little for defense. Drop, boom! I want to see you do that. Just drop a little for defense. Boom! There. Do you? I know there's nothing coming at you, but do you feel the security of it? Yeah. You want to stay in those lanes. We don't want to waste nothing. We want to be right in those lanes, in here. And then we're grabbing the floor. Boom! And we're just a little drop. A little drop. Boom! A little drop. And don't come up right away. Don't be that groundhog that pops right out of the hole. Be the groundhog that comes out of the hole over there.
Okay.
Or the hole over there. where he doesn't come up where they expect him. So, boom, you come up on the side. Ah! I like it. Good. We're mixing defense with offense.
Okay.
Now look, we're aware of all the dangers. Again, it comes to range, the legs. We're getting to that red zone. We're getting to that military zone area where the bombs are being blasted all the time. We have to be aware of that zone. We have to be aware of that area where the kicks could come, where the back kicks could come. But again, we're recognizing we're calm, we're steely calm to see that there's always something that tells us what's coming. Always something. But the most important thing is aware from the beginning of range. Once we're getting ready to get into that military range, if you want to call it, that red zone, that no man's land, we have to be aware. And if we don't feel something right, we're out of range.
Okay.
So defense is tucked. Now where are we using this jab? We're using this jab in different situations. We're going to use it if we see something wide. We were beating it with a straight right hand. We were beating it with a short left hook. We can beat it with a straight jab. Say he's throwing a wide looping right hand. Boom! The jab will get there first, and it's got power because of what we just did. The adjustment we just made.
Right.
Say he's throwing a wide left hook. You can see it, right? Yeah. Say, boom! Right there. Right there.